Well, firstly, Chris and Zach, bit of a reunion for you guys being back on set. I heard it was kind of like a first day at school. What was it like getting the band back together?
It was ultimately great fun. I think that there were a couple of days of readjustment, getting back into it. We had both been, we had been away from the world for 4 years, and both of us had gone off and done a bunch of other stuff in the meantime. So to come back to it was really exciting, but it definitely required a period of adjustment.
And compared to the first film, what was your approach to playing these iconic fictional characters that, the whole world knows about?
JJ from the beginning told us that these characters were kind of our own, and with that being said, though, it was a wonderful opportunity because the characters and the actors who played them are so iconic to kind of give a nod and a wink to what they had done. So I think it was always about finding those moments where we could, for the sake of fandom and for the legacy of the series, to find those moments to do it. But really it was an opportunity to just do justice to the characters that were written and to try to bring their characteristics to life.
You think your world is safe. It is an illusion. Enjoy these final moments of peace.
Can you set the scene? What can audiences expect from Into Darkness?
It's a much bigger movie than the first one. The scale, the magnitude. The first movie was all about the crew of the Enterprise coming together, getting to know one another, getting to feel each other out and get a sense of each other. And this movie is actually, it finds us all scattered a lot. The movie opens with Kirk and Bones on one end of a mission, Sulu, Uhura, and Spock on the other end of the same mission, and immediately there's peril. And then that just gets exacerbated once Benedict's character, John Harrison, gets thrown into the mix and is a very calculating, insidious kind of adversary who infiltrates the connection of our crew and forces us to divide in order to conquer, which is always a really scary foe to have to face. So there's a lot at stake. The stakes are really high in this movie. I think the emotional undercurrent is really strong, and we're all on teetering on the edge of peril.
And what about the relationship between your characters, between Kirk and Spot? How does that kind of evolve in this second installment?
I think that each of our characters in this movie need to learn lessons that can primarily only be learned from the other one. So there's a lot of friction, a lot of ups and downs, and ultimately a lot of growth that each of us experiences as a result of the situations we find ourselves in the film. So I'm just excited to see it in 3D. We haven't seen it in 3D
me too.
yet. So yeah, and there's plenty of time.
Are you gonna go back and see it in 3D?
Yeah, for sure.
Right on.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, there's plenty of movies that I've seen that I'm like, why was that in 3D? I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I think Star Trek lends itself so much to that, and
This in 3D and IMAX, I think, will be. There are a couple sequences in particular that I know JJ worked on forever, knowing that it would be seen in 3D and IMAX.
What's it like working with JJ? He seems like one of the nicest guys on the planet.
He's the Wizard of Oz. He's, I think the thing I appreciate most about JJ, above and beyond being a great guy and multi-talented and all that we know about JJ is the fact that he wants to preserve the magic of filmmaking. And I think nowadays, where everybody knows everything about what it takes to make a film, and there's hours of behind-the-scenes footage, and I think there's something missing, which is what going into a movie theater should be, which is like the magic of not knowing what the hell you're going to see. And I remember standing in line for E.T. when I was 4 at the Grauman's Chinese in Hollywood, and it was like it was an event that was unparalleled, that you couldn't even imagine it. And I think now, because everything's so non-analog and digital, it's nice to go back to a time. And JJ has like a wonderful, pure, earnest love of what he does, and he wants to communicate that to his audience. And in doing that, it's all this kind of secrecy and hype that surrounds it. But I enjoy it. I enjoy that a lot about JJ.
But he also exists on a level that I've never experienced before, of ability to execute his vision and stamina and good humor and respect for everybody that works for him and with him, and that is something that I think makes him singular and will be the thing that he's remembered for generations to come. I mean, he's really shaping the landscape of cinema in a lot of ways, and we're just really lucky and grateful to be a part of his world, I think.
Yeah, it looks like an awesome gig, that's for sure.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, thank you
Indeed.
both very much.
Thank
The
you
film
very
was
much.
amazing.
Oh,
right
good.
on.
I'm glad you
Thank
liked it.